This video explains the carrier review process available to brokers using the Full Circle TMS enterprise level software. As an enterprise level brokerage subscriber, you have the ability to review the carriers you use. After each manifest is complete, you can review your preferred carrier on a 5-star scale. Your 5-star review will be accumulated over time and visible to all your staff. The TMS system will also combine your 5-star reviews with all the other brokers using Full Circle TMS. This too will be accumulated and visible in summary format to all subscribers. This review system can provide a lot of value to brokers and carriers on the network. First, it's standardized, so everyone has the same playbook to build their internal review system. Second, it's yours, your own internal review system. Even if you don't use the network average, it gives your brokerage company the benefit of having your own review system. You can also see all carrier reviews, so it provides reviews for carriers regardless of whether they are part of the Full Circle network or not. Fourth, it's a decision-making tool for brokers. It's a means to vet potential new carriers. If you need to use a new carrier, it can provide some sense of the quality of that carrier. Fifth, it can provide carriers with valuable feedback to help them improve their operation. And sixth, it will improve the quality and professionalism of the entire network. The 5-star definitions were defined by the senior employees of our subscribers from ABM, Ascent On Demand, DTH, EQS, NAGA, and S2. The 5-star definitions are as follows. 1 star is catastrophic failure, i.e. loss of a customer, plant shutdown. 2 stars is a service failure, could have been prevented. 3 stars is completed with some minor issues and the carrier needs some improvement. 4 is perfect, the carrier met all the requirements to run the load. And 5th is excellent. The carrier uses all the Full Circle functionality like load link, semicircle, carrier view, system integration, etc. to complete the load. We are asking all brokers to learn this system and use the review categories in a fair and consistent manner. The basic review concept is as follows. After the trip is complete, dispatch will review the carrier's performance in either the audit or settlement systems. If the manifest is not reviewed within 5 days, the system will automatically give the carrier a 4-star or perfect review. Brokers can always go back and change the automatic review up to 30 days after the initial review is done. If the broker awards 3 stars or less, the system will automatically email the review information to all carrier contacts, as well as certain individuals in the broker company. A carrier contact can send a single rebuttal to the broker when they receive a 3-star or less review. The first rebuttal received will be stored with the shipment review. Wherever the carrier name is shown in the TMS, the average broker's 5-star reviews will be shown. The system will also show the average of all brokers' 5-star review for each carrier. Before you start to review carriers, train your staff on what each of the 5 stars means. You want your staff to do a consistent review of each carrier to make the review system meaningful to both your organization and all the other brokers in the network. Train your staff to act professionally and responsibly. When doing reviews, be fair and do not use profane or derogatory language. Never put anything in the system you would not want a lawyer to read. Define who can do reviews, who can update reviews, who in your organization will address responses from unhappy carriers. Finally, define when you want the reviews done. Remember, the carrier will get a 4-star review if no manual review is given. Make sure your staff know how quickly a review should be done once the manifest completes. After a manifest is complete, you will find the ability to review a carrier in one of 2 spots. The audit or invoice screen in the manifest summary panel. For each carrier in the panel, you will see the word review followed by either the text not reviewed or the actual review text. In the manifest, auditing, or settlement screen in the top title line to the right of the carrier name, you will see the word review followed by either the text not reviewed or the actual review text. To do the review, click on the link. This will open the review screen where you can see and enter the following information. First, the historical reviews will appear at the top of the screen, showing both the average of yours and everyone's review. Use your mouse to click one of the 5-star ratings. If you hold your mouse over the star rating, a tooltip will explain what each star means. Select a reason code for the 5-star review you selected. If you select 3 stars or less, you will be forced to select a reason code. The negative reason codes are at the top of the list, but positive reason codes exist near the bottom of the list. Optionally, select a carrier contact. The drop-down will be a list of carrier contacts you have stored in the preferred carrier record. Enter any freeform notes to further justify the 5-star rating. Remember to keep this professional and accurate. You can also select a color code to your note. If you select 3 stars or less, you will be forced to enter some text in this field. Optionally, you can select to copy the note to the preferred carrier contact note system. This saves having to copy-paste or retype notes in your carrier system. Optionally, email the note. If you click Yes here, it will list all carrier contacts and their respective email addresses, as well as all your company's users and their email addresses. You can select one or more of them to email the review. Finally, save the review. Let's show how easy it is to do a review. In the audit screen, if I look at this carrier, right below it, it says not reviewed. I just click this link, it opens up my ability to do the review. I can see their average review and our average review over the entire life cycle. I can choose 1 to 5 stars. So let's say I choose 4 stars. I can then select a reason. The negative reasons are near the top, the good reasons are at the bottom. I can select a carrier contact if I want, enter my notes. Carrier did a great job. Optionally select a color for my note. Decide if I want to copy that note to the carrier notes section. And if I want to email the note, it gives me a list of all the carrier contacts plus all our users. I can then save the note. If I change it to a 3-star or less, I must choose a reason code and I must put in a note. When I click save, it's going to automatically force me to email it to these carrier contacts. I'm going to make this a 4-star review and save it. As we saw in the live video, if you give a carrier 3 stars or less, you must select a reason code, you must enter a note to explain the star rating, then click save. You will be forced to email it to all carrier contacts. When it's 3 stars or less, an email will be sent to all internal staff at your company that wants a copy of reviews and all the carrier contacts. Here's an example of the internal email to your staff. It shows the manifest, the reason code, and the comments and more. All the carrier contacts will get an email like this. It shows the manifest, the trip information, the review star count, the reason code, the notes, and a link to provide a rebuttal to the review. If the carrier clicks the link in the email, they can submit a written rebuttal. Only the first rebuttal is accepted. The format is as follows: the number of stars, reason code, and description, a spot where they can enter their written rebuttal, fields where they can enter their title, name, etc., and then they submit their rebuttal. When the carrier submits their rebuttal, an email will be sent to the carrier as well as all your users who want a copy of rebuttals. The email will look like this. A copy of the rebuttal note will be placed in the notes of the original review. To modify an existing review, click on the review link. This will open the existing review screen where you can see and update all the review information. All changes will be collected as new notes. To add a new note, click the plus sign above the notes. The summarized reviews can be found wherever the carrier name might appear. This includes the carrier grid, the preferred carrier grid, when dispatching orders to carriers, etc. If you cannot see the columns in the grid, remember to go to the Actions blue drop-down menu, select Add Hide Columns, and add Our Reviews and All Reviews into your grid. Your summarized reviews will show all the reviews done for that carrier. If it says None, you have never used the carrier. You can click on the review to open a quick summary of the prior 10 reviews. This will show the manifest, who did the review, when it was done, the 5-star review, and the reason. You can drill into the review to see the review details. All reviews will show the average of all your reviews combined with all the other broker reviews done for the carrier. If it says none, then nobody has used the carrier. You can click the review to open a quick summary of the prior 10 reviews. This will show when it was done, the 5-star review, and the reason. You cannot drill into the review to see the review details, even if it is your review. There are important system settings to control how the review system works for your company. You can find them by going to the System tab and then configure the system on the left menu. Then expand the Subscriber Carrier Defaults grouping. Participate in the network. This is either a yes or no, and the default is yes. If you set this to no, your company will not be allowed to review the carriers you broker loads to. Force the carrier review to be done. This is one of 3 options. Optional. This means it is optional for dispatchers to review the carrier after the manifest completes. If the manifest is not reviewed, the system will automatically assign a 4-star to the carrier after 5 days. This is the default. Must review during audit. If this is on, the dispatcher cannot audit the manifest until the carrier review has been done. Must be done before approving carrier pay. If this is on, the user cannot approve the carrier pay until the carrier review has been done. Days to wait before locking the review. This is the number of days before the review will be locked and nobody will be allowed to change it. The default is 45 days. Days to wait before auto-reviewing 4 stars. This is the number of days before the system will automatically review the carrier at 4 stars if nobody manually reviews the carrier. The default is 5 days. There are important system settings to control how each of your users can do reviews. You can find them by going to the System tab and then Manage Users on the left menu. Drill into the user profile, go to the Settings top menu, then expand the User Carrier Rights grouping. The settings are: can the user review the carrier after each manifest? It's either yes or no, and the default is yes. If you set this to no, this user will not be allowed to review the carriers you broker loads to. Can the user change an existing review? Yes or no, and the default is no. If you set this to no, the user will not be allowed to change a carrier review. There are important system settings to control how each of your users can be notified via email about reviews. You can find them by going to the System tab and then Manage Users on the left menu. Drill into the user profile, go to the Settings top menu, then expand the User Email Notifications grouping. The settings are: Daily Digest, Auto Review Carrier Reviews. Default is no emails. The Daily Digest is a list of manifests that have been auto set to 4 stars and all the manifests that will be set to 4 stars in the next 24 hours. The Daily Digest lets managers know if and when manifests are being automatically set to 4 stars. Carrier Review Updated. Default is no emails. The user can opt to get an email whenever a carrier review is updated. Carrier Review Created is similar, but this is when a review is actually created. The default for all of these is no emails. In summary, this review system has a lot of value. It provides a standard. It gives brokers the ability to manage their reviews. They can see how all companies review carriers. It provides a decision-making for brokers adding new carriers to their personal network. It can give the carrier feedback. And in the long run, it will help improve the quality and professionalism of the network. In summary, no other TMS has this level of built-in broker carrier functionality to help manage the quality of your carriers. So to get started, all you need to do is understand the star definitions, train your staff, and use it. Thanks for watching this video about the Carrier 5-Star Review System.